Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about my philosophy on how I make Meseta, but more importantly, how I retain Meseta and remain rich. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the main reason why I don't really want to go over how I make my Meseta is because I've made countless videos already. I've made videos on how I made Meseta through the marketplace. I made a video where I didn't use the marketplace at all and I was still able to make 60 million. And so I have plenty of videos on how I make Meseta. You can literally just check out my channel, search how to make Meseta PSO2 keroppi, and you're gonna get like 4 videos, okay? So today's video is gonna be a little bit different as we're gonna be talking about the core fundamentals on how I keep my Meseta, because you can make unlimited Meseta, but if you have insane spending habits and you're changing fashion every week, you're gonna run out of Meseta no matter what, because you're gonna be spending so much more Meseta than you are making. So that's the very first point, and that is stop impulse buying. I'm personally an impulse buyer. I understand the feeling of I see something I really want and I just want to buy it immediately. But every time that I've done that, I always end up regretting it because I impulse buy something, I use it for less than a week, and then I never use it again. And that has cost me tens of millions of Meseta just buying something silly that I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And then I use it for less than a week. And I'm like, nah, it doesn't really fit my style. I'm not really vibing with it. And then I stop using it. So my advice is if you really want something, give it a week. The prices aren't gonna fluctuate that crazy in a week. You're just gonna chill a little bit. Think about it. Think, do I really need this? Do I really want this? And if the answer is yes after a week and you're still itching to buy that item, then go ahead and pull the trigger. However, don't pull the trigger immediately on day one the moment something comes out. I've done that way too many times and I always end up regretting it because I'm like, god dang it, if I just waited like a week, the price would have been a lot more cheaper, and it doesn't make that big of a deal. Like getting my outfit now versus getting my outfit in a week, in the big picture, it's not a big deal. A very good example was the Hololive collaboration on Ship 4 when the Fubuki outfit came out. I paid over 40 million Meseta to get the full Fubuki outfit. Out of that 40 million, 30 million went to the Fubuki hairstyle alone. And yeah, in a week, it dropped down from 30 million down to 8 million. So, you know, I could have saved myself 22 million if I just had a brain and I told myself, hey, maybe I should wait for a week and let the prices calm down a little bit. But no, my impulsive buyer was like, no, I need this now. And so I wasted 22 million. Very expensive mistake. So lesson 1 is stop being an impulse buyer and calm down a little bit, wait for prices to stabilize, because in the big picture, prices are always going to go down eventually. For example, Dualante hair. Dualante hair went up to 20 million at one point because it was so rare, but eventually it did get a rerun. Sure, it took like almost a year, but it did get a rerun and prices went down. Now they're like 8 million, 7 million, somewhere in that range. But, you know, give it another 6 months and boom, it's gonna go straight back up to 10 million, 12 million. You can use that to your advantage by investing into Dualante hairs if you want, but just understand that you are playing the long game here, that you're gonna be sitting on this item that is worth 7, 8, 10, 12 million Meseta for an extended period of time, you know, several months, maybe even up to 6 months, 8 months before you get your monies back. So just understand that if you want to make money through the player shop, you need to be patient. You need to be super patient and super smart with what you purchase and what you invest in order to make some profit. So personally, I don't really like to play the player market that much because it takes too much patience. I'm impatient, I'm impulsive, I want things now. So playing the market isn't really my thing. So what do I do to make money? I invest into my character. I make them as strong as I possibly can. As you can see right now, my battle power is 3,453. She is very powerful. She has Hal Finale on all of her gear, as you can see over here. You've seen this a billion times already, so I'm just going to quickly go over it. You know, Addy Capsule, Hal Finale, Mastery 4, Dust Soul 4, Giga Smite 4. everything exactly the same, super duper powerful. And the reason why I invested so much into my character is because the more gear she has, the stronger my character is, the more efficient I'm gonna be when I'm farming different types of content. And it just so happens that farming things is how I make the bulk of my money. I go into combat zones, I farm for items that people don't want to farm for, such as HAL finales, such as mastery capsules, such as Defi capsules. I farm for all the things that people don't want to farm for, and then I throw them onto the market, and that's how I make my money. Now, another way, if you don't have premium or you don't have a shop pass, is of course to just farm raw Meseta. So you just go to Retem Al Noth and you just farm there all day, every day, and you just make raw money there. However, on top of that, especially with the seasonal event going on, there are special items that drop from specific mobs. For example, Resplendent Ams, that's the RGB Ams. He drops special cosmetic items that you can also pick up and you can also hoard up and sell them later down the line. So there's plenty of things to do in order to make money. It's just, do you have the willpower to do it? And 99% of the players don't have the willpower to do it. They'll farm for 1 hour, 2 hours, they don't get anything good and they give up. And that's where you come in, and you're gonna do things differently because you're not gonna give up. You're gonna hyper focus on one thing and try to get that one thing before you move on to your next objective. It's very similar to when I go to the supermarket. I kind of have that dad mentality of, I have my little shopping list and then I go to the supermarket and I just beeline to everything that I need. I get the milk, I get the yogurt, I get the cheese, I get whatever I need, and then I go straight to checkout. It doesn't matter if there's people there offering free food, free samples, free whatever. I'm just like, no, get out of my way. I'm here to pick up these items and I'm out of here. And that's kind of the same mentality that I'd use in NGS. Is I log in, I have a clear objective. It's like, all right, I'm gonna be doing my dailies. Ignore everything. Dailies, boom, 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 boom. Dailies are complete. Okay, what's my next thing? Oh, I wanna farm for this item specifically. I'm gonna farm that. Boom, 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 boom. I get that item. Okay, I peace out, I'm done. And that's kind of my approach in NGS on how I hyper focus on specific things and how I gain the willpower to farm for certain items, because I set very clear and realistic goals to achieve. For example, seasonal points. You know, maybe today's goal is to farm 500,000 seasonal points. Then I just go ham, I get my 500,000 and I log off. I'm like, good, I achieved something today. The next day I log in, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna farm for 10 Mastery 3 capsules. And that's, you know, that's achievable. It's a little bit annoying, but it is achievable. And boom, I go and I farm it. But I don't set any unrealistic goals. I don't set a goal where it's like, oh, I'm gonna farm until I get that special weapon camo from Quartz Dragon, because that drop rate is like 0.0001%. I might end up farming 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours before I get that weapon camo. It's not a realistic goal. But I might have that as like a side goal. Maybe it's like, all right, I'm gonna farm 1,000,000 seasonal points today, and I'm also hoping that I get that weapon camo. And so I'm farming the limited time quest over and over and over. And if I hit 1,000,000 points first and I don't get that weapon camo, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I hit one of my goals, I'm out of here, time to take a break. And that is how I approach things in NGS, and that's how I find the willpower to farm and to hyper focus on certain items or certain goals that I have.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!